Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about the different type of service offerings on any of the cloud provider. So basically, in case if you are planning to migrate your workloads to the cloud, or if you are planning to go ahead with the deployments on any of the cloud services, then what are the offerings or the type of offerings that we have? We're going to cover the traditional on-prem model that was followed in past, and going forward the IaaS, the PaaS, and the SaaS model that we have. So let's get started. So this picture roughly describes us what are the different types of offerings that we have and what all things are covered or are under the area of any of the cloud service provider and the user using the services from that provider. So if you can check here, for the traditional on-prem model that we have, you can see that like everything is actually provided by the user itself. So that means if you are planning to have your deployments, right, starting from the infra to the security to the OS and to the application deployment is handled by the user itself. So that was the traditional on-prem model where you had to actually plan the workloads and do everything. We'll cover that in detail. And once you switch from on-prem to IaaS model, that means the infra part, that means till the hypervisor, everything is actually provided by the cloud service provider, and the rest of the things are actually taken care by the user. And if you go a step more further into the cloud deployments, you'll find the PaaS model, that's the platform as a service model, where the OS, that means the platform till the platform services, everything is actually provided by the cloud services, and the rest of the things are actually the data and the application, those things are actually handled by the end user. And if you move further than the platform as a service model, you get the software as a service model, where the complete infra stack till the software is actually provided by the cloud service provider. The user's task is just to run their workloads on the set of data and get the output. So they don't have to actually handle or manage anything on any of the infra component, the platform component, or the software component. Everything is actually handled by the service provider. The user just goes ahead, runs their workload or processes their data, gets the output, and that's it. So let's cover all these things in detail. Yeah, so learning all the different cloud service offerings is a bit tedious. So basically I've come up with this model called the burger model. So yeah, we are essentially going to go ahead and learn how to make burger using different styles. But during that process, we'll also learn how the cloud service offerings come in and then fit in with the burger model. Let's check out. So one of the most traditional way of making a burger is that like you grow your own crop, you grow your own vegetables, then you do the tough job of kneading the dough, making your own bread, then taking out the vegetables, cutting them, and then including them in your burger, and then in case if you would like to add few more things, make sauce out of it and all those. So that complete process, this complete process of making the burger, you are actually self-reliant out here. So that means like you're not dependent on others or other providers. You are yourself fulfilling the needs on how you are actually going to make the burger. And finally you come up with this delicious burger. But it all takes time and investment. So that's the traditional on-prem model that we had. Like here you can see, if in case you decide that like, okay, I need to host a website and I need to host my own server out of it. So what are you going to do? First and foremost, you need to buy land, then have the perimeter security, because obviously your server needs security. Install the essential security accessories, let's say a security camera, and get the security person, and then finally fill in your data center with all the essential hardwares, and then get your application on top of those hardware, which can then be served to public as a website. Now all these things, you'll see that it takes a lot of time, effort, investment, and a full, I mean, you actually have to have a full plan to cater the needs of your users. So you need to know the user base, you need to know, project the upcoming traffic. Based on that traffic, you need to actually have your own hardwares installed and all those things. And in case if the traffic changes or something or the other changes in future, you need to make room for that as well. So that was the traditional on-prem model, which was quite tedious, and it was a huge investment for any of the organization. So we came up with IaaS model, which is infrastructure as a service. Let's check it out in our burger model. So essentially, in this kind of a scenario, what you do is you go ahead, buy the bread of your choice. It can be any bread, or it can be a combination of different breads. Then get the veggies directly from any of the market available nearby, and then voila, you have your burger ready. So as you can see, we do have choices out here, choices of veggies, choices of the different types of bread, the toppings that we want, the kind of sauce we want to use, and all those things. So here essentially what we are doing is we are directly getting the infra and then making the end product out of it. Similarly, when it comes to the offering, the cloud offering on IaaS, you can see everything till the hypervisor, the physical security, the hardware, the all the essential commodities are actually served by the cloud service provider. The networking on top of it is actually served by the cloud service provider. The hypervisor is actually served by the cloud service provider. You have the option to actually choose your guest OS, and then the application and data is something of your choice, which you can directly host on the guest OS and you can get going. So that's pretty much fast, easier, and more convenient way. But what if you want something else? What if you want a step ahead than the infrastructure model? So we have the PaaS model, which is platform as a service. Now we can at any point of time go ahead and then order the burger of our choice from any of the outlet that we like, and then we have this juicy burger in our hands ready to be served. How does it fit to the cloud service offering? So basically, from physical till the OS, everything is actually handled by the cloud service provider. Basically, you don't have to worry about anything. Let's say if you want to have an operating system, or let's say for our example, you want to have a Linux operating system with some custom configuration. Let's say you want to have a version, let's say Python 3.8 installed on that Linux system, which is essential to run your application. In that case, you can directly go ahead, get the Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, Red Hat, anything of your choice. Tell the service provider that you need Python 3.8 installed on this Linux system, and that's it. You get a system with your custom configurations where you can directly go ahead, apply the application of your choice, and then have your data processed. So that's how the PaaS actually differs from the IaaS service. So essentially in IaaS, you are limited till the operating system. But when it comes to configuration on top of that operating system, having catered those extra needs on top of it, so that actually covers in the platform as a service model. Now we all know that at any point of time we can actually drive down to the nearest outlet of our choice where we get our favorite burger, and we can take our friends or family along with us and enjoy that delicious meal. Now that fits into software as a service or the SaaS model. Now, let's suppose we want to go a step further than the Pass model. Let's say you are not sure what will be the traffic or the amount of users or what will be the amount of data that will be processed on your application. So then comes in the software as a service or the SaaS model. So basically what happens here is that like in your IaaS model, everything till the hypervisor is actually covered in. So that means you don't have to worry about the guest OS system, the network, the physical security and everything. And then comes the PaaS model where actually till your application, let's say if there are some custom configurations or let's say if there are some other type of configurations or the loads that you want to actually configure, all those things can be handled in the PaaS model. Now, what extra does the SaaS model provide you? Let's say tomorrow your user base has increased and you are using an application system which was supposed to actually cater to a certain set of users, but since due to the organizational structures or restructuring happening, something like that, the user base has increased. Now you don't have to again spend a lot of money from physical layer till the application layer or everything. So to cater the needs, to cater actually the new needs that you have. You with a SaaS model, you can directly go ahead and onboard the new users, and it's the cloud service provider's responsibility to make that software highly available for all the new set of users who are now onboarded. So basically what it means is that like you can directly concentrate on your business, the actual thing that you require, and rest everything will be actually handled by the cloud service provider. So I hope in this video I was able to explain you the different type of service offerings that are provided on cloud. The on-prem model, the infrastructure as a service model, platform as a service model, and the software as a service model. Make sure to leave your queries in the comment section below and I'll try to address all of them. Thank you.